So when we think about the offer type, so when somebody signs up, they get to control the experience that they sign up for. If they sign up and they just prefer to engage with the sales team, there's typically a few offers, even in product-led environments, where they can engage, write a price quote, get in touch, guided demos, etc. Or if they don't want that, which plenty of folks do, or don't, excuse me, they can sign up for a product-led offer. And that's where your free plan, free trial, maybe a reverse free trial, ungated demo, those would all be in that bucket. They can engage, they can go deeper, and they don't have to talk to someone. So this is kind of the first. The user gets to control. The second is during the sign-up process. I kind of teased this a second ago, but there's different ways that you can identify who should go to sales when they sign up. In my experience, about 15% of the total signups get siphoned off and sent directly to the sales team. So even if you sign up for the self-serve product, we might see something about you that says, hey, even though you're signed up, we're not going to stop you from using the product. But instead of us sending you a one-to-many experience in the product via email, et cetera, we're going to send you into our one-to-one because we think you're worth it. And so
Account
to
fits,
identify,
named accounts, right? That type of stuff. Like those
yeah,
predetermined. Yeah. Like good fit. Yeah.
exactly. And so it's like sometimes it might be based on some of the segmentation stuff, high value use cases, level of experience. If they sign up for, like, let's say a free trial of your enterprise plan versus your free plan, that would be another indicator. If they sign up from one of your premium like shopper pages, like if they signed up from an integrations page and integrations are only on your most expensive plan, and that's where they signed up for your trial from, that might be another indicator, or something else, either that you enrich under the covers or ask in the sign up form. The goal is about 15%. It's typically what I see. So during the sign up process is the second moment. And then the third moment is based on stuff they do later, intent signals. And there's three unique types of these that we can explore. The first is hand raising. Somebody that's using the product, they're on their own, even if they don't look like a top 15% account at sign up, they might just raise their hand and be like, hey, I just need to talk to somebody on the sales team. I prefer it. I've got a couple questions and I'd feel better just talking to a person. And that's what we saw at Wistia. The second is based on your usage, based on your volume. Even if you sign up and you don't look like a high value account, if you do a whole bunch of stuff and the volume that you have looks like a whale, probably you should be treated like a whale, and that would be a back-end intent signal. And the third is based on your behavior or engagement data. Are you behaving or using the product in a way that indicates, geez, you might be a high value account? And those would be three different ways that your in-product usage or behavior could correlate to buying intent. And that would be the types of stuff that you would send directly to your CRM to empower your team. So here's a couple examples. Hand raising is the easiest one because you just build in these moments where people can raise their hands and ask for help. So here's a cool example. This is from Typeform. It's an old screenshot, but it's really fun. And it's literally the first thing that you see when you sign up. Hey, thanks for signing up. Do you want to fly solo and explore on your own? Would you like to raise your hand and ask for a little bit of help? I think Pendo also does this today, or it used to do this today, where the first thing you would be asked when you signed up is, help us help you. How do you like to explore new tools? And it allows you to choose your own adventure. On the usage-based side, this is actually an old screenshot from work my team did at Wistia, where there's a certain number of videos included on your free plan. And based on how quickly your cup overfilled, so to speak, we would potentially put you in our usage-based PQL program. You could also do this if you have usage limits on your plans. So like the example that Derek was asking earlier, if you're on like a $10,000 plan that has a certain usage limit, when somebody gets awfully close to that limit or maybe over that limit, that might trigger a backend usage-based PQL. It's another common example from Slack. I think this is like one of the most famous ones that they do still today, which is when you get close to your usage limit, they start marketing to you in different ways. And then another example from my old friends at Wistia, this would be a behavioral-based engagement. So from time to time, you'll see different software companies will offer you free trials of their more high-value plans. And when you engage in those, usually on the back end, what it does is it shows high intent and it triggers some action or outreach from the corresponding team. So this is a great example from Wistia doing this. Here's another example from Canva. We'll talk about Canva in a second when we get into segmentation. They do the same thing. So periodically, if you use Canva a lot, they'll just give you these things that'll be like, hey, we have a special offer. Try our next tier up plan for 30 days. And if you take them up on that on the back end, something usually gets triggered and someone personally will reach out if your other details look like you're a high value plan. So hybrid motion basically looks like this. 3 moments where we can integrate the two funnels. The user has control over a lot of the experience, but we do enhance the experience for folks that we think might find value in it or might need it. And if you do this correctly, what I've personally seen is this in terms of outcomes. In a given month, what I have typically seen is in terms of total number of new customers, like if we're talking about a high volume environment like the one I worked in Wistia or at Postscript, typically what it looks like is this, which is in a given month, sales should account for about 20% of the number of new customers. If you got 100 new customers in a month, the sales lead should be about 20 of those customers, and the other 80 should pull out their credit card and buy touchless on their own if you've created a good experience and you've got good balance. But in terms of revenue is where it gets interesting because it usually flip-flops. Because those, and this is only for new accounts, not expansion and upgrades, but for the new accounts, sales is only talking to the whales, right? So it makes sense. They're bringing in a whole bunch of the revenue. A lot of the smaller, product-led opportunities eventually grow into larger ones, and they grow and expand and all that good stuff. But when they're brand new customers, usually they're a lot less revenue. So this is kind of a good overview of the high-level model here.